Welcome to our Hong Kong Brief Show. Today, we celebrate Hong Kong fencer Vivian Man Wai's remarkable victory at the Paris Olympics, where she clinched a gold medal in the women's épée final. This historic win has been hailed as a glory for the Chinese by netizens, especially as Kong overcame local favorite Orion Malobreton under the watchful eyes of French President Emmanuel Macron. This triumph marks the first time Hong Kong has secured a podium finish at 2 consecutive games, sparking widespread jubilation across social media platforms. In a bid to dominate the cryptocurrency sector, former U.S. President Donald Trump has declared that the United States must take the lead or risk falling behind China. Speaking at the Bitcoin 2024 convention in Nashville, Trump positioned himself as the pro-cryptocurrency candidate for the upcoming presidential election, promising friendlier regulations and a push for the U.S. to become the world's cryptocurrency leader. This marks a significant shift from his previous dismissal of cryptocurrencies as a scam. Lastly, the Hong Kong IPO market is showing early signs of recovery after a few challenging years. The week of July 8 saw the busiest week of IPOs this year, with 6 new listings. This resurgence is expected to have far-reaching positive impacts on the local economy, wealth creation, and capital availability for innovative Chinese companies. The recovery is being eagerly watched by market participants and analysts alike. Please stay tuned for more details. South China Morning Post. Hong Kong fencer Vivian Man Wai's triumph in the women's épée final at the Paris Olympics sparked a wave of euphoria among Chinese netizens, who celebrated her victory as a moment of national pride. Clips of her nail-biting win, where she clinched the gold with a 13-12 score in sudden death, quickly went viral on Chinese social media. The 30-year-old Kong displayed remarkable mental resilience, overcoming a 7-1 deficit to stun France's Orion Malobreton, with President Emmanuel Macron in attendance. Netizens praised her calmness, intelligence, and elegance, noting her impressive academic background as a Stanford graduate and law degree holder from the Chinese University of Hong Kong. Many saw her victory as a form of redemption, following the unexpected early exit of China's defending champion, Sun Yuan. The dramatic turnaround in Kong's match, coupled with her radiant smile and poise, left a lasting impression, with one Weibo user commenting, "Congratulations to Hong Kong, this gold medal is also glory for the Chinese." South China Morning Post. The Hong Kong women's 4x100 meters freestyle relay team, despite their early exit from the Paris Olympics, supported teammate Siobhan Haughey's decision to focus on individual events. The quartet, composed of Natalie Kinchuk-tung, Tam Hoi Lam, Camille Chung Lily May, and veteran Stephanie Oh Hoi Shun, finished 7th in their heat. Haughey, who had been instrumental in their Asian Games bronze win, opted to skip the relay, aiming to concentrate on her strong individual prospects in the 100 and 200 meters freestyle. Chung emphasized the team's understanding and support for Haughey's decision, noting the importance of personal goals in the sport. Despite their result, the team cherished the vibrant atmosphere of the Paris Defense Arena, a stark contrast to the empty stands of Tokyo. Chung, whose mother is French, embraced the experience fully, attending the opening ceremony and soaking in the unique atmosphere, a sentiment echoed by Tam, who also enjoyed her first opening ceremony despite the rain. The team's spirit and camaraderie shone through, with Chung concluding, "A happy swimmer is a faster swimmer." South China Morning Post. Hong Kong Chief Executive John Lee Ka-chiu led the chorus of congratulations for Vivian Man Wai after her dramatic victory in the women's épée final at the Paris Olympics. Kong, who was trailing 7-1, managed to level the score to 12-12 before securing the win in sudden death. Lee expressed his excitement and pride on Facebook, lauding Kong's perseverance and fighting spirit. Kevin Young, Secretary for Culture, Sports and Tourism, echoed these sentiments, highlighting Kong's superb performance and the joy it brought to the city. The Executive Council's non-official members also released a statement, praising Kong's determination and exceptional skills, which led her to overcome injuries and achieve the top world ranking. Kong's victory, witnessed by President Emmanuel Macron, marked a significant moment in Hong Kong's sporting history, being the city's first podium finish at 2 consecutive games. Reflecting on her comeback, Kong mentioned her resolve to avoid an embarrassing defeat and her determination to fight back point by point. This historic win has undoubtedly written a glorious new chapter in Hong Kong's fencing legacy. South China Morning Post: China could face an unprecedented population decline, potentially losing over half of its current population by the end of the century, as reported by the United Nations. This dramatic decrease is attributed to a combination of fewer women of childbearing age, delays in marriage, and a growing trend of choosing not to have children. By 2100, China's population might regress to levels seen in the late 1950s, with a projected loss of 786 million people. Between 2024 and 2054, China is expected to suffer the largest absolute population loss of 204 million, followed by Japan and Russia. Despite policies aimed at boosting birth rates and a brief expected rebound in births, long-term projections remain grim. China's fertility rate has plummeted to ultra-low levels, with major cities like Shanghai seeing rates as low as 0.6 births per woman. This demographic shift is part of a broader global trend, with the world population now expected to peak mid-century and decline thereafter, influenced significantly by lower fertility rates in large countries such as China. South China Morning Post: At a Bitcoin conference in Nashville, Donald Trump declared that the United States must dominate the cryptocurrency sector to prevent China from taking the lead, marking a significant shift from his previous stance that dismissed cryptocurrencies as a scam. Trump, positioning himself as the pro-cryptocurrency candidate for the upcoming presidential election, promised to create a more favorable regulatory environment compared to the Democrats. He proposed establishing a cryptocurrency presidential advisory council and creating a national Bitcoin reserve from the government's seized assets. Despite his past skepticism, Trump now advocates for expanded Bitcoin mining by U.S. firms and has pledged to keep all Bitcoin held by the U.S. government. His stance has garnered support from cryptocurrency advocates, who see it as a major step towards legitimizing digital currencies. However, the broader regulatory environment remains contentious, with the Securities and Exchange Commission under President Biden taking action against several cryptocurrency companies for allegedly unregistered securities trading. South China Morning Post: Hong Kong's initial public offering, IPO, market shows early signs of recovery after several years of disappointing performance. The recent surge in listings, including companies from diverse sectors such as artificial intelligence and healthcare, offers hope for a revival. A robust IPO market in Hong Kong would not only boost trading volumes and create wealth but also support the local economy by fostering risk-taking and wealth creation dynamics. The city's economy is closely tied to the stock market, with nearly half of the population investing directly in stocks. Historically, the performance of local stocks and the property market have been key drivers of wealth creation. However, the decline in Hong Kong equities since 2021, combined with reduced global investor exposure to China and the U.S. Federal Reserve's interest rate hikes, has strained private equity and venture capital funding. A sustained recovery in the IPO market could rejuvenate private capital investments in mainland China, providing essential capital for innovative companies and creating new opportunities for wealth generation. While the revival is still nascent, the signs of recovery in Hong Kong's primary market are encouraging, suggesting a potential return to prosperity and risk-taking. South China Morning Post: Hong Kong's notorious subdivided flats, infamous for their cramped and unhygienic conditions, are set to be regulated as city leader John Lee Ka-chiu reviews a proposal from a cross-departmental task force. Cleaner Yu Yufan, who lives in a 40-square-foot space in Shamshuepa, exemplifies the dire living conditions many face. Sharing a kitchen and bathroom with 30 other tenants, Yu's tiny, windowless home is plagued by mosquitoes and bugs. The government aims to eliminate such improper flats, but the plan is controversial due to the potential displacement of over 215,700 people. Housing professionals suggest setting minimum standards for size and safety, while social workers stress the need for landlord cooperation and proper resettlement of affected tenants. The task force has been gathering input to formulate standards, with suggestions including a minimum size of 75 to 108 square feet and new regulations on ceiling height, window size, and ventilation. However, enforcement remains a challenge, as many landlords bypass existing laws, and tenants fear eviction if they report substandard conditions. South China Morning Post: anxiety grips Hong Kong's Generation Z, with many feeling overwhelmed by academic pressures, career planning, and social media comparisons. Minal Matani, founder of OCD and Anxiety Support Hong Kong, notes that only 1 in 10 Gen Z respondents in a recent survey reported flourishing. Common symptoms of anxiety disorders include trouble concentrating, irritability, and trouble sleeping. Clinical counselor Katrine Chung emphasizes the need for mental health awareness in schools. Gen Z individuals like Louisa Wong and Vonnie Call find solace in creative outlets and movement therapies. Wong, a poet, uses writing to manage her emotions and has amassed a significant online following. Call, an intern at Okdok, finds therapeutic benefits in Indian classical dance and dance movement therapy, DMT. Both Matani and Chung recommend behavior-based approaches like cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, and emotionally focused therapy to help individuals manage anxiety. The support from organizations like Okdok and the encouragement of creative expression and physical movement provide Gen Z with tools to navigate their mental health challenges. South China Morning Post: the Paris Olympics began with a bang for China and Hong Kong, with teenage shooters Xing Lihao and Huang Yuding winning gold in the 10-meter mixed team air rifle. Hong Kong's Vivian Man Y clinched a historic fencing gold in the women's individual épée competition, overcoming a 7-1 deficit against French opponent Oriane Malobreton to win 13-12 in sudden death. The swimming events saw Australia set an Olympic record in the women's 4x100-meter freestyle relay, with the US and China taking silver and bronze, respectively. In men's rugby sevens, France's Antoine Dupont led his team to victory over Fiji, ending their Olympic dominance. Argentina's men's football team bounced back from a chaotic opening defeat to beat Iraq 3-1, while Spain and Japan advanced to the quarterfinals. Concerns over water quality in the Seine due to recent rainfall may affect the triathlon events, with a decision on whether to cancel training sessions to be made soon. The opening day of the Games was marked by intense competition, record-breaking performances, and memorable victories. South China Morning Post: Chinese social media platform Zhongshu, often referred to as Red, is making significant strides in the e-commerce market, challenging giants like Alibaba and ByteDance Douyin. With 300 million monthly active users, Zhongshu recently held a 2-day summit in Hangzhou, attracting online vendors, brands, and influencers. The platform, known for its lifestyle tips and high-quality user base, particularly young women, has seen a substantial increase in merchants and purchasing users. Influencers, including celebrities like Dong Jia and Teresa Chung, have been pivotal in driving live-streaming e-commerce on the platform. Despite its smaller scale compared to Alibaba, Zhongshu's focus on sophisticated, less price-sensitive consumers has allowed it to carve out a unique niche. The company, founded in 2013, has evolved from a cross-border shopping guide to a vibrant online community and is now relocating its e-commerce unit to Hangzhou to further capitalize on its growth. South China Morning Post: Vivian Mhof made history for Hong Kong by winning the city's first gold medal at the Paris Olympics in the women's épée final. Facing a daunting 6-point deficit against Orion Malobreton, Kong staged a remarkable comeback in front of French President Emmanuel Macron and a supportive crowd. The world #1 fencer tied the bout at 12-12 before landing the decisive hit in sudden death. Competing in her third Olympics, Kong has consistently broken new ground for Hong Kong, having previously reached the round of 16 in Rio and the quarterfinals in Tokyo. Overcoming immense pressure and distractions, Kong expressed relief and gratitude, acknowledging the support of fans and volunteers. Her victory adds to Hong Kong's limited but prestigious collection of Olympic golds, following triumphs by fencer Chung Kalong in Tokyo and windsurfer Li Lishan in Atlanta. Head coach Octavian Zadaru praised Kong's perseverance and hinted at future successes, while Kong reflected on her journey and the influence of her coach. South China Morning Post, Hong Kong's mixed doubles table tennis duo, Du Hoikam and Wang Chunting, advanced to the quarterfinals at the Paris Olympics with an aggressive strategy. The pair overcame Hungarian 11th seeds Nander Eksuki and Dora Mataras with a 4-1 victory, despite some shaky moments. Coach Lu Guodong's encouragement to play assertively proved pivotal in their performance. Du, poised for a busy day, will compete in both singles and doubles matches. Reflecting on their journey, Du and Wang, who have been partners for around a decade, emphasized their strong communication and mutual encouragement. Their next challenge is against Spain's Alvaro Robles and Maria Xiao, who also had to fight hard to reach the quarterfinals. The atmosphere at the venue, with a boisterous crowd supporting home players, added to the intensity. Robles acknowledged the difficulty of playing under such conditions but expressed satisfaction with their progress. The winners of the upcoming match will avoid facing Japanese second seeds Tomokazu Haramoto and Hina Hayata, who were unexpectedly defeated by North Koreans Ri Jong-sik and Kim Kung-yong. South China Morning Post. On July 17, Kesha made a bold and public declaration of her single status by holding up a cardboard sign that read "I'm single" while out in West Hollywood. This move came shortly after her breakup with film producer Ricardo Matallasso and her candid admission on Twitter about wanting a sugar daddy. The rumor mill quickly buzzed when Kesha was seen twice with entrepreneur Michael Gilvary, sparking speculation about a new romance. The pair was first spotted enjoying an evening at Giorgio Baldi restaurant in Santa Monica, and then again grocery shopping in Los Angeles. Gilvary, an investor and professor at the Baruch School of Entrepreneurship, co-founded the health tech company AION. Amid these rumors, Kesha is celebrating the release of her new single Joyride, marking her first project under her own label, Kesha Records, after parting ways with Dr. Luke's label. South China Morning Post. Kirsten Mhof, the ex-wife of Doug Mhof and an acclaimed film producer, recently defended Vice President Kamala Harris against sexist remarks by J.D. Vance. Kirsten, who co-parents with Doug and Harris, emphasized their blended family's unity and Harris's nurturing nature. Born in Minneapolis, Kirsten is the co-founder and CEO of Pretty Bird, a production company with numerous accolades. She also founded Pipelines, an app for underrepresented talent, and is the president of Ventureland. Despite her ties to the vice president, Kirsten wants to be recognized for her own accomplishments. Married to Doug from 1992 to 2008, they have 2 children, Ella and Cole. Ella, a model and influencer, has collaborated with top fashion brands. Kirsten and Harris share a positive relationship, with Harris praising Kirsten's role as a mother in an Elle magazine piece. SCMP Opinion. Hong Kong's property market has seen significant changes, with the government lifting restrictions on non-permanent resident buyers. These measures, initially implemented in 2010 to curb speculation, were relaxed in February by Financial Secretary Paul Chan Imopa, leading to a surge in mainland buyers. In the first half of the year, mainlanders spent 70.5 billion Hong Kong dollars on Hong Kong properties, accounting for 20% of residential transactions. The removal of various stamp duties made properties 30% cheaper, halting a 9-month price decline. While mainland buyers have temporarily stabilized the market, Centelline Property Agency predicts their influence will decrease in the second half of the year. With Hong Kong property prices among the highest globally, the government hopes that expected rate cuts in September will encourage more local buyers to enter the market, fostering economic growth and stability. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.